Hey guys, and welcome back to Numbers and Statistics. So we just finished our Gen 3 Pokemon Card Pokédex. What a long freaking time that took me to make. Holy cow, there's a lot of Pokemon in Gen 3. Did not realize there was over 100 of them. I think. I didn't actually count. That's just a guess. So we're on to the number and statistics portion of this video. So basically, I'm going to give a number, then I'm going to list all the Pokemon that I have that number of. So say I go to number 3. Any of the Pokemon in the video that had 3 cards, I will list them out, tell you how many of them there are total for this generation, and then the total across all 3 generations so far. Makes sense? Makes sense. If you're not interested in that, well then, congratulations, you got through the most interesting part of the video, the little slideshow at the beginning. This is just kind of for people like me who like statistics in videos. I think it's pretty cool. Also, this was filmed, so the very last picture was taken the day Paradox Rift was released. So any Paradox Rift cards will not be in this video, as well as any sets that come after it, like the upcoming Shiny set or anything after that point. Because obviously, when I did this, they did not exist yet. Fair enough. Okay, so let's get into the cards that I have 0 of. And there's 5 of them this time, making a total of 13 across all 3 generations. So joining the group of Pokemon I have 0 of is Linoone, Shedinja, Lileep, Cradily, and Latias. Yeah, a weird selection. Weirdly, there was only 2 regional forms this time around, which are usually the cards I have 0 of, but no. This time it's just straight up 5 Pokemon that I don't own. Linoone, Lileep, and Cradily have not been printed in years. I believe Lileep and Cradily had a card in Cosmic Eclipse, but before that had nothing for a long time. Then Linoone just recently got printed with Obsidian Flames, but I don't have that card, so oh well. Shedinja and Latias, though, they're pretty common, so honestly that was pretty surprising. But now, we move on to the cards that I have 1 of. So these are kind of more obscure, or cards that are usually in the rare spot of a pack, so I don't have that many of them. We have 11 total for Gen 3, and a total of 39 across all 3 generations. So, we have Galarian Linoone, Loudred, Azurill, Swala, Armaldo, Melodic, Kecleon, Wynot, Glalie, Regice, and Registeel. Pretty awesome. A lot of these are cards you would see in the rare slot of a pack. The only one who isn't really would be Loudred and Azurill, and Galarian Linoone too, but those are 3. Loudred's kind of an exception here, but Galarian Linoone and Azurill are very situational cards, because obviously, the baby Pokemon and a Galarian form, those are very rarely printed in packs. And then Loudred, I don't know, I guess I just don't pull Loudred. So moving on to the ones that we have 2 of, there's 21 in Gen 3, and a total of 58 across all 3 generations. We have, gonna clear my throat for this one, Marshtomp, Mightyena, Zigzagoon, Galarian Zigzagoon, Dustox, Shiftry, Slacking, Nincada, Exploud, Aggron, Minun, Illumise, Gulpin, Sharpedo, Flygon, Cacturne, Banette, Absol, Clamperl, Huntail, and Gorbis. So the evolution line there at the end. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory. Let's move on to the cards I have 3 of. There's 25 of them in this gen. There's 25 Pokemon that I have 3 cards of, with a total of 72 across all 3 generations. So we have Combuskin, Blaziken, Wurmple, Silcoon, Cascoon, Wingull, Surskit, Masquerain, Vigoroth, Ninjask, Hariyama, Camerupt, Spoink, Vibrava, Barboach, Crawdaunt, Anorith, Walrein, Shelgon, Salamence, Regirock, Latios, Groudon, Jirachi, and Deoxys. Yeah, that's a lot of them. I'm not going to go into each one. If you're wondering what cards I own, you can go back in the video. There's also like a little black and white thing popping up now. Just see it when it comes up, I guess. I don't know what you want me to say. Anyways, for the cards we have 4 of, there's 18 of them, making a total of 53 across the entire series. And we have Trico, Grovyle, and Sceptile, Beautifly, Lombre, Ludicolo, Swellow, Pelipper, Slakoth, Aron, Metacham, Manectric, Volbeat, Numel, Zangoose, Seviper, Whiscash, and Chimecho. Awesome. So now we're getting into the ones that I have a lot of cards of, which is the 5 and up. I believe we go up to 12 in this generation. which the number one Pokemon from this generation I would not have seen coming a mile away. But we'll get there when we get there. For now, the cards that we have 5 of, there is 18 this generation with a total of 53. Weirdly enough, the same numbers as 4 across all 3 generations. So we have Swampert, Lotad, Nuzleaf, Tailo, Shroomish, Breloom, Nosepass, Lairon, Meditite, Plusle, Wailord, Torkoal, Grumpig, Spinda, Corphish, Relicanth, Luvdisc, and Metang. Yeah, a lot of middle forms and a lot of uninteresting, fully evolved stages. Anyways, for cards that we have 6 of, there's 14 of them in this generation, and a total of 42 across all 3. We have Mudkip, Whismur, Skitty, Delcatty, Roselia, Carvana, Wailmer, Trapinch, Cacnea, Castform, Shuppet, Tropius, Spheal, and Celio. Crazy. For 7, there's 13 of them, a total of 34 across all generations, and we have Poochyena, Kirlia, Lunatone, Solrock, Feebas, Duskull, Dusclops, Snorunt, Bagon, Beldum, Metagross, Kyogre, and Rayquaza. If you're wondering how I'm reading these off, if there's like a particular order, yes, it's in Pokedex order, because that's how they're done in the video itself, so I figured it'd be the best way to do this little analysis section at the end too. Anyways, we have 8 Pokemon. This is kind of where we get into, I believe, top 10-ish territory, a little over. We have 6 cards that I have 8 of, so these are the ones that, you know, you see a lot in modern sets, but not like a lot to where I'd have a lot of them. Like, there's a few rares in here. Actually, most of these, except for 2, are usually rares, at least before Holos run every pack. And then 2 of them are just kind of like common Pokemon you see everywhere. So the 6 cards that have 8 in Gen 3 are Makuhita, Sableye, Mawile, Electrike, Altaria, and Claydol. Yeah, what a weird selection. If you're wondering, there's a total of 22 across all 3 generations so far. So now, the biggest one of them all, the one with 9 cards. There's 1 Pokemon, Storche. Yeah, that makes a total of 16 across all 3 generations. Anyways, now we move on to 10, and this is where the top 5 is. So there's 5 Pokemon left. Take a guess if you're wondering what they are. Think of any of the names I have not said so far, and put them into use. Anyway, the cards that I have 3 of so far include Seedot, Gardevoir, and Swablu. Gardevoir being the highest fully evolved Pokemon, I believe, in the series so far. I have not checked Gen 1, but I know for a fact that Gen 2 is not anything above 10 that's fully evolved. So I believe Gardevoir might be the highest amount of cards for a fully evolved Pokemon. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. I'm going to look back at my notes after this and see if I'm an idiot. But as far as I know, I'm not. Anyways, that makes a total of 4 across all 3 generations. I almost said 4. We have not done Gen 4 yet. That's next. So that means there's only been 1 other card. Now, if you can tell me in the comments below what that one other card was, I will pin your card. Pin your card? Pin your comment. How about that? So just say, like, the other Pokemon that had 10 cards was, do ... and say the Pokemon, and I'll pin your comment. Alright, thumbs up. Okay, anyways, there's 2 Pokemon left. We have my only Pokemon to ever have 11 cards in the series so far, meaning there's 1 from Gen 3 and 1 in total, is Ralts. Yeah, the pre-voted Gardevoir, unsurprisingly, has more than Gardevoir, despite Kirlia, not having nearly as many, only having 7. And then, never would have saw this one coming, just like Murkrow, not like Pikachu, I saw Pikachu coming a mile away. One Pokemon has 12 cards, and that Pokemon is Baltoy. Why is it Baltoy? That would have been literally one of my last guesses as to the sheer quantity of cards. I would have... Ralts being up here is not surprising. We see those in every set. Swablu, I knew I have a bunch of Swablus. Seedot is a little surprising, but then I think about it and I'm like, yeah, there is a lot of Seedot cards. But Baltoy? Who cares about Baltoy? Nobody, that's the answer. So why did they keep printing it? I've managed to pull 12 Baltoys. Granted, 2 are older cards that I got from either a friend or family at some point. But still, that would be 10. That is a huge amount for such a stupid, insignificant Pokemon like Baltoy. To be even in the same vicinity as Gen 1 Pokemon, like Vulpix or Psyduck, or any of those guys that had a lot of cards. That is just crazy. It's Baltoy. I don't know. Yeah, but that makes a total of 6 across the series, and obviously there's only one Pokemon with 12 cards. So yeah, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed. Gen 4 will be sooner rather than later. I'm really excited for Gen 4 because that is where all the evolutions come in. So by the time we get to the end of that video, so we'll get through like the normal ones like, you know, Shinx and Drifloon and all those guys. By the time we get to, I believe, like Weaviles first, once we get to all those guys who are evolutions of Pokemon we've had previously in the series, that is where it's going to get really fun and where the numbers are going to start getting really interesting. But for this generation, you know, I had a good time until I got like halfway through. Like once I got to the Barboach numeral point, I was a little bored, and then it kind of picked up towards the end. There's a certain types of Pokemon in Gen 3 I just don't care about, like Baltoy, for example. Who the hell cares about Baltoy? So yeah, it was a little bit of a slog to get through, henceforth why I just said fucking henceforth. Who the hell am I, a 12th generation prince? That is why, let's use real English, shall we? This video might have taken a little longer to get out. I'm not 100% certain, but I'm pretty sure it might be out a little bit later than, you know, the 10th or 11th of the month like the other videos have been. But I'm going to stop rambling on. Thank you all very much for watching. Remember to take care of yourselves because mental health is important. And I'll see you all in my next video. And ta-ta for now.